Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Lori here of Interior Jewels. I'm coming on quickly to show you how I pack and ship a wreath. I have my box already here that the bottom of my box is taped. This is a 20 by 20 box. This is the wreath that is going in here, which is actually a 14-inch base. As you can see, it's larger with the florals than it is the 14-inch base. You want to try and get a box as small as you can, yet large enough to fit the wreath. That's what will make shipping costs more affordable for both you and your clients. So you try and save your client money on shipping by going with the best size box. This box is 6 inches tall. I like to try and go with my 6-inch tall box, depending upon how big my wreath is. I try very hard not to crush my wreath. I love to have a client open the box, that the bow is just fluffed, beautiful, that they're going to take it out of the box and be ready to hang it, and it looks beautiful. Granted, there are times when they may have to fluff the bow a little bit, but you will be surprised at how many people don't know how to fluff a bow properly. And I just love my bows. So it's really important to me for a client to open the box and see a bow that really doesn't need much fluffing. I did poke holes through the bottom of this. I happen to use a small Phillips head screwdriver. You can use an awl, you can use an ice pick, anything that has a sharp point. I did feed my pipe cleaners through that, and I am going to secure the wreath to these. These happen to be pipe cleaners that I had. A tip that I like to give to people is try and use a pipe cleaner that stands out in color, that's maybe different than what the design is on the wreath. This way they can readily see it. I also put a note in here telling them that, but just so that they can see it quickly and know that it's not part of the wreath and exactly what they have to cut or untwist to get the wreath out. So I am going to place this wreath in here, and again, the wreath is going to fit snug. And you can see that this has long tails on here. I did curl these. I'm going to recurl them in the box, but just so you know, the design on this has long tails, but what we're going to do is curl these up. Again, so when the client takes this out of the box, this is just ready to hang and the bow is fluffed and looking beautiful. So I am putting this, I'm gonna spread my pipe cleaners out. I'm putting 2 in for this size wreath, which is more than sufficient. This is a very light wreath. It is not heavy at all, and it's not large. So 2 of the pipe cleaners will secure this perfectly. And now I like to, again, because I said the florals go past that 14-inch base. So what I am going to very carefully do is turn this that this is in the right place, and that I gingerly bend these. I'm going to tie this in so that the wreath is secure. Again, as secure as you can get it so that it does not move in shipping. I tie these pipe cleaners, chenille stems, tightly so that this wreath will not move in shipping. So now, as you can see, that's not coming out there. And see how I use these white ties? They're very noticeable when the client is going to open this. So now that I have that in there, I am going to make sure that my bow is fluffed. I'm going to take my long tails. I want to make sure that you see properly. And I am going to curl them again so that they are nice and neat. And when the client takes this out of the box and holds the wreath up, the tails will just fall beautifully. As much time as we take creating a beautiful design, we want to take just as much time when we're shipping it. So this way, when the customer is receiving it, again, they open the box and they're just wowed. So I'm pulling on my loops and making sure the only thing that's going to go down a little bit is these florals. The top of the box is barely going to touch my bow. Now, before I close this, I'm going to get a piece of tape. I tape a handwritten thank you note to the inside of the box, which has my business card in there as well. This is the instructions for undoing those ties, and they know what to look for. So I place that right in top, and then I cover it with tissue paper. This is not really necessary, and I know people that don't do this, but I kind of like the idea when they open the box, they're still not seeing it, and when they take the tissue paper off, the design is there for them to see in all its beauty. It's kind of like the joy of opening a present. So I do like to do that. And again. So now I will be careful in closing this, knowing how I'm bending these florals. I know it's not going to touch my bow. This is going to come down. This is going to come down. This is going to come over. And this is ready to tape. Very simple. And to be honest with you, this was a box that I had to cut down. This was a 24-inch high box because it happened to be the only one that I have today, and this needs to ship out today. So in the interest of time, I cut this down. Please let me know if anybody would like me to do a video on showing how to do that. It takes a little bit more time, but when you're in a crunch and it's the only thing that you have, it works. You have to do what you have to do to get your orders out. So I tape where that closes over, and then I do all of my sides. I always like to put tape on all the sides so that nothing is coming undone. Put it on this side. Then I do one long one across the top. And now remember to turn over the box. These are the two pipe cleaners. We're going to put tape over that. That's important to do that so that they don't get caught up on any conveyor belts or any shipping tables or snags in the trucks when this is being shipped. So to give it a smooth surface and know that that doesn't get stuck on anything, I put 2 pieces of tape over that. And that's it. She is ready to go. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And please remember to subscribe to my page. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day.